Hey there, it's Jake, aka Cryogen. Today I wanted to throw together a few bonus tips for you to go with my most recent video, 5 reasons why your drums sound bad. So if you haven't seen that, go watch that and then come check these out. So one more bonus thing you can do at the end is, especially if you're using recorded samples that have multi-samples, multiple hits of the same sound, you can use different samples, all these different recordings of the same hit to make it sound more interesting. So you may remember seeing all this craziness down here for my snare. These are all the same sample. So if we go back into my samples, you'll see I have all of these different sounds here. And they are different, like extra soft, soft, and then medium, hard, and then the crack. So these are all just somebody hitting the same drum, 8 times, pretty much the whole time, I think, 8, yeah. So you have 8 different hits of the same exact snare. So if you want that same level of velocity, the same crack sound or hard or whatever, you can have all those different velocities in here so that when you do like this drum roll at the end, you can have it go from extra soft up to crack kind of sound. And then you'll have the velocity increasing as well as the intensity of the actual recorded hit. And that can make a huge difference. But one of the biggest things you can do is get a bunch of the same, velocity hits, put them in here and move them around a little bit. So it's not the exact same recorded sound hitting every time, which, believe it or not, you can actually tell a big difference once you start mixing it up. So if we listen to this one again, you can hear that they're all different sounds. Now, if we take them all and make them all the same velocity, now you can hear they're all at the same, playing at the same volume level, but they're going to sound different. So it's going to be a very, very minor difference, but it's going to make it sound much more lifelike, and that's a big deal. I guess I actually have 2 bonuses for you. I wanted to show a little example of these snare clap hits that I've used in one of my songs, actually. I have a bunch of claps in here, and you can see they're all shifted just a little bit. If we zoom in, like I have one hitting just before and one hitting just after, and I have a bunch of other different claps going on. I have a little like roll here at the end. So let's take a listen just to how that sounds. So you can hear by layering 3 different claps pretty much at the same time, but adjusting them a little bit earlier, a little bit late, it sounds much more rough. And that's the sound that I was going for. If you want a more perfect sound, then this obviously won't work. But if you wanted to have it a little bit less perfect, then do stuff like this. And I could even, these are all copied and pasted, so they're going to sound the same every hit. You could even go further and move them around even more. But then I have, again, this little like roll here. So stuff like that just adds a little bit of something different that you don't hear throughout the whole time.